If I were to ask what the most hated class in Team Fortress 2 was, chances are you'd say the sniper. And if you answered spy,
that's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
Now for the exactly 2 of you who don't know who the sniper from Team Fortress 2 is, he's a long-range pick class specialized in, you guessed it, picking off high-value targets one at a time with a hopefully single powerful shot. Now, all of this sounds pretty reasonable, but I've got to give some context. Sniper is the only true long-range class in a game centered around medium to short-range combat. As Shonik has gathered from his own testing data, Sniper's average kill range dwarfs the other classes with over double the distance to kill. No other class has a true long-range fighting ability except for some minor spam such as pyro spamming the scorch shot to harass targets at long range. This means that the only real counter to a sniper is another sniper. And if your sniper is not competent, or you don't have another one on your team, the enemy sniper's entire sightline is locked down and a giant no-entry zone. Still, despite this, I don't find Sniper to be that unbalanced. He's not overpowered, more unfun to play against. You don't have very much counterplay to a sniper besides counter-sniping, or just avoiding his sightline, or if you're lucky you could also have a pocket medic assist you in getting close. Because of this, Sniper is the most hated class in the game. So, what to do about him? Well, believe it or not, since he's the most hated class in the game, there have been many discussions on how to nerf him. So, I've gathered as many opinions and suggestions that I could to collate them into this video for your viewing displeasure. I'm going to present these suggestions to you, along with some of the pros and cons to each of them, and I'll let you decide which suggestion is worth considering in your headcanon of the game. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. We're starting off with the first suggestion, and it's a rather common one at that. This suggestion is to lower Sniper's base quickscope damage to 140, down from 150 damage. Heck, even Cerimon likes this idea.
The only thing Sniper needs is like a bit of a nerf for the quickscopes, I'll say. Just get the quickscope damage down to 140 and already we're looking a lot better. That is what I'm sticking with.
Now, the idea of this nerf is to remove Sniper's ability to quickscope down a 150 health medic. It also reduces Sniper's damage output in such a way where if the Sniper takes a shot, there is a longer cooldown until he can do more damage, as he has to charge up his shots more often. Now, the downside of this nerf is that it doesn't address the problem of the feeling of fighting Sniper being unfair, as well as potentially making Sniper less fun to play due to his nerfed burst damage potential. Some people may argue that Sniper's ability to quickscope medics is important, so removing that is not something that should be done. Moving on. Now, the second suggestion is more a 2-in-1, which I paired together as they do kind of fit well together. This nerf would give Sniper a clip and a lower reserve ammo count. I always found it a bit weird how Sniper had 25 bullets without a clip. So giving him, say, a 4-shot clip and another 16 reserve ammo brings his total shots down from 25 to 20 and reduces his sustain and ability to remain active for extended periods of time. Because once you finish up the clip of 4 bullets, he has to go through a more lengthy reload, giving others time to either cross his sightlines or close the distance. The downsides of this nerf is just like the last suggestion. It doesn't tackle the problem of the feeling of fighting Sniper being unfair. You can still get headshot without knowing he was there in the first place, with no real way of countering him. Also, quickscoping remains a possible problem, which could be positive or negative depending on who you ask. The third suggestion is to add inverse damage falloff to the Sniper, similar to how the Crusader's crossbow operates. This means that Sniper would do less damage at close range while dealing with his regular amount of damage at longer ranges. This makes him weaker at closer ranges, increasing the risk-reward scale for both the Sniper and his enemy, as getting close punishes the Sniper and is a reward to the person who got close to him in the first place. This also incentivizes more team-based play, as the Sniper is now weaker at closer ranges, meaning his team has to keep an eye out for him and protect him. Another benefit would be it removes the ability for the Sniper to do quickscopes at close range, which granted are difficult to land, but can feel unfair for him to still have the ability to do a 150 damage quickscope at any range. The downsides of this nerf would be, you guessed it, the same as the other suggestions. You still lack decent counterplay, and his sightline oppressiveness remains rather unchanged. Also, Sniper is already somewhat weak at closer ranges, so this might not be all too heavy a nerf if you think about it. Another potential counter to this nerf that I have seen is that it would make playing Sniper more inconsistent, as you don't really know the exact distance on which you'll reach full damage ramp up. Now, I'm sure at least some of you are familiar with this suggestion. After all, Shonik has made an entire video on this topic, and that's to give Sniper a permanent laser when he's scoped in. The goal of this is to give players advance notice that there is a sniper present, and give the player the choice of either challenging the sniper's aim or going somewhere else. The benefit of it is actually to make sniper engagements less frustrating, as you can't just die out of nowhere, and you can gauge the sniper's skill level based off his movements and shots as well. It also possibly makes camping less viable, as if you keep camping the same spot, the laser could more easily give away your position. The downside of this nerf is that it doesn't reduce Sniper's oppressiveness and large sightline coverage. To exemplify this clip by Saber Silver shows what I mean. She knows that there is a sniper there, but she can't really do anything without putting herself at risk of dying, and she needs to wait for her teammate to push ahead of her before she can jump the sniper. As you can see by the kill feed, the sniper ends up killing a heavy and a demo man on her team before she's able to kill him. If the sniper were focused on her, she would not be able to survive sticky jumping over there, as she only survives with a little bit of health. So in theory, knowing where the sniper is and where he's aiming might not change very much at all. This suggestion is closely related to the previous one, and it's to make all sniper's shots a tracer. I won't really repeat myself, as the points from the previous idea still apply here, but I will mention that this nerf is less effective than the scoped in laser because it still allows players to get caught off guard by the sniper's first shot. If sniper sustain is the problem, then this idea might be for you. This suggestion is to add a delay between shots where sniper is unable to deal critical damage on a quickscope. The duration itself is up for debate, and I won't name any values here, because I'm far from qualified to make such balance suggestions. The goal of this nerf is to remove Sniper's ability to make point-blank headshots at short range, as well as giving enemies a larger cooldown where they can cross the Sniper's sightline after a shot. The downsides would be the unchanged interaction dynamic between Sniper and enemies, with the feeling of fighting the Sniper being unfair, as well as making Sniper less fun to play, as it slows him down because you have to wait for a longer duration before firing your follow-up shot. Now this suggestion might be a bit extreme. It involves nerfing Sniper's headshot damage from the regular triple damage, which is a crit, to just double damage. So quickscopes now deal 100 damage instead of 150, and fully charged headshots deal 300 damage down from 450. This basically nerfs quickscopes into the ground and requires charging your shots basically all the time. Snipers are now unable to kill overhealed heavies and overhealed battalion's backup soldiers, even with a fully charged headshot. Honestly, I don't think I even have to mention the downsides for this one, right? I mean, it's nerfing Sniper to the extent where he's basically unplayable in many situations. I find this suggestion is often made by people who get salty after being killed one too many times by snipers. We're almost done. This suggestion is to reduce Sniper's body shot damage, forcing him to hit more headshots. I believe the goal of this suggestion is to prevent fully charged body shots from dealing 150 damage, meaning cheap body shot kills are no longer possible. Just like the first few suggestions, this doesn't really change the feeling for players when fighting the Sniper, leaving it feeling one-sided and unfair, and it doesn't do very much to reduce the Sniper's oppressiveness when watching sightlines. And finally to the last suggestion. This one likely originated from Shonik's video about how TF2 would feel like without Sniper, and at least the way it came across to me, it was a relatively positive change, with many players reporting that games felt more fun to play. It would seem that removing Sniper wouldn't have that major an impact on the game as a whole, so it would technically be a viable change as well. Of course, with this being the most heavy-handed measure, there are plenty of downsides. Removing Sniper would absolutely piss off all the Sniper mains, whether that's a good or a bad thing is up to you to decide, and Shonik's test seems to show no major changes to the balance and gameplay, but I find that his test was just a bit too limited. I mean, it took over a decade for players to figure out how to use some of the weapons most classified as worthless, so it would definitely take many months and thousands of games for the side effects of removing Sniper to become apparent. So, I was wondering, why not start collecting data on this? I'm considering hosting a 24/7 vanilla server where Sniper is banned, but I want to gauge community interest first. What do you guys think? Would you give such a server a try? If I get a decent amount of feedback, I'll likely host 2 servers, one in the US and one in Europe. Leave a comment below on what you think about the server idea. And with that, I hope I have covered most of the suggestions on how to nerf Sniper, and given my thoughts on them. Which suggestions are good? Which are terrible and should never be mentioned ever again? Did I miss some positive or negative aspects of the suggestion? I'd love to hear your comments down below. Thanks again to everyone who left comments in my last video, and I hope to see you again soon. See ya!